great banjo player and singer and entertainer, Danny Barker from New Orleans, playing the New Orleans style. And from out in California, a man who does things that you're not supposed to be able to do on the banjo. He's got a record on Flying Fish Records. This is Pat Cloud. And this guy and I did a tour of Germany for a couple of years ago, for a couple of weeks, and I can only say we had an interesting time together. He's an amazing player, and I think you're going to enjoy his playing too. He's got some tapes. I think everyone up here has some product out, but this is Buddy Walker from Baltimore. And I'm Tony Trischka, and I'll be your host for the show here. So I guess if you have any questions you want to ask, we'll get to those shortly. But I asked Danny if he'd start off a number here that I think most of you have heard of. Maybe Danny, if you want to introduce it to the folks.
Yes, it's nice. Glad to be here. I've been trying to get here a long time. Just about one of the few banjo players left. That is black banjo players. And I try to revive it in New Orleans. That's where I'm from. Lived in New York 30-some years, 38 years. Played with Cab Calloway's band 10 years. Guitar player. What is called a rhythm guitar player. Never was a virtuoso, which I'm not today, but I'm an entertainer. Try to be. And that's what I'm doing in New Orleans now. Playing the banjo, one of the few who plays it. The little I play. Thank you. Try to do a little hello down. I think it's B flat.
Pat, you want to just talk a little bit about what you do on the banjo and play a tune? You started off playing bluegrass, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Started this morning.
This morning. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it has. I've got a severe coffee deficiency right now. Well, should I just play a song?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing.
And Mark Schatz just got in there for the last chord. Thank you. Mark Schatz. Give Mark a hand for that fabulous ending. Buddy?
We were jamming last night on an old tune called Lady Be Good, which is kind of a swing tune. Did a couple little riffs, just to bring it back to life.
see, I think I'll do one and then maybe we can open it up for some questions. We still got some time left here. I guess I'll hit it from the bluegrass end of things and do a bluegrass blues, which doesn't have quite as many chords as some of these, as many jazz substitutions, if you will, as some of these other tunes here. I'm going to do a tune that Earl Scruggs came up with called the Foggy Mountain Special. Thank you. Well, let's see, do you have any questions now that we've played all these notes?
What's the tuning on your banjo there?
It's guitar tuning, but it's pitched to G instead of E. E, F, G is pitched high. Because in New Orleans, they used them years ago around the turn of the century. They were called Gitjos. But they never were popular. The guy didn't want to extend to play 6 string, they better play 4. And the minstrel showed it was much easier to handle empty back 4 string. You could do the tricks, but this is kind of heavy. And it's really not a solo instrument. And I have no business up there with these people. I said, well, that much banjo, and I played it once. I never played that much banjo before. It's quite an honor to see the virtuosity of your talents. Great, and it should be played like that on swing on records, so people could hear it today.
Right, that's right.
Because I have a problem with the banjo playing it. For some reason, black people don't want to play it. It was identified with the slave head, so they didn't want to play it. And they see me playing, they get angry, but it's an exotic instrument. I appreciate it. I wouldn't care what nobody thinks I play it. And I played in a jazz band. I played in a jazz band because it fits in a band, in a jazz band. 6 instruments without a piano. That's what made it jazz. There's something about this instrument that make people like y'all are intense looking. And the ones of you who are able to shake, they'll like to shake to it. And, you know, they dance to it. And you could play it on, play a 6-piece band, you could play on a boat, on the side of a mountain, you know, in a skiff anywhere. You move, but not a piano. Because the piano has this tendency to resolving of the embellishment of the sounds of the piano kills the tone of the instruments. It's a loose thing the way you all play. And it's quite an honor for me to be here. And I'm so happy to see so many people are interested in the banjo. Right, so you have to excuse me for not being a virtuoso. I'm an entertainer and I sing some songs. I've written quite a few.
Mr. Baker, after minstrel, and between then and now, Lunsford always had a banjo, Handy always had a banjo. What can be done to see if black folk can reclaim the banjo as a virtuoso instrument?
It doesn't matter. They all claim it, whoever claims it. You know, regardless of what paint job you have, you know. As long as the banjo is played. See, as long as it's played. Because with black folks, we're constantly leaping for something new. We don't want to hear nothing about the past. Like youngsters don't want to hear nothing about cornbread and biscuits. They want to hear something new, you know. It's a thing of America. They don't want to hear nothing of the past. I don't care what it is. So it's tragic and it ain't, because we need to go forward. So I can't analyze that. I'm not a psychoanalysis. What you call them, big people with them brains.
Well, you had a chance to record with Wynton Marsalis, right? And he's someone who's black, who's going back and trying to bring back the past, the New Orleans sound.
Well, I've been working with kids since 1970. I left New York after staying there 38 years. I went back to New Orleans because it was dangerous coming out your house or going in it with the dope, and that was 25 years ago. So I decided to come back to New Orleans. I had a few old relatives living, and I want to go back and help them along. And I've been there, but I noticed jazz music, nobody wanted to hear nothing about New Orleans jazz or traditional jazz or Dixieland. They were looking for modern. Dizzy Gillespie, everything is modern enough for the day. So I thought it would be nice if kids with nothing to do, if they could get an instrument and play an instrument. We have a great thing on it, it's called the street parades. The second line in the music in the brass band, which means you're walking in one tempo and playing in another one. It's phenomenal how they do that. If you've been there, you'll see that. But the kids like to play the second line music. And I started hustling instruments from them. And out of that band, there came about 120 young musicians. It was Wynton Marsalis, Berlin, and his brother Branford. They all stayed a little while in the band, and then they left. Because their dad is a marvelous man. He kept them all in music, in education and music. He's a teacher and his wife is a teacher. So they kept the boys busy. And out of 6 of them, there's no problem with none of them. You know, they're all involved in music. And if you give a kid music, an instrument, he becomes celebrated in the neighborhood. And he tries to protect his ascension to something special with an instrument. He's not likely to get in trouble unless some monkeys bring him some dope, you know, to mess up the kids. And it's wonderful, and he always acknowledges that. So he's a big voice in New York now with music, and a lot of people's coming into him because he's young and he's got a full sight of things to come, and he has access to not getting the money, but telling the people with the money what to do. So he's involved with Lincoln Center. They did a program on Jello Roll Morton, did a program on Debussy Hannon, a program on Duke Ellington, they're going to do one on Benny Goodman, and all the great band leaders. And they had me to come up there with a youngster who was out in my band, Michael White. He's a doctor in languages at Xavier University. He plays the clarinet. And he has a band called the Liberty Jazz Band. And he asked me to come up to Washington and play with Wynton. He can do some Jello Roll music. And I went up there. He saw the banjo and he's fascinated by it. And I explained him how great this instrument is. It had a chord, you know, in his ear. You see, sometimes you can hear 4 or 5 chords at once. All kinds of music comes out of it. Is that right, bro? Yeah. Huh? That's it. You just written the band. You won't say that.
Yeah, you got the worse strings than I did. I play a chord sounds like 1 chord to me.
So he was fascinated, you know, by this instrument. And he's open-minded enough to look back, and he's going to try to revive jazz. That is traditional jazz, a 6-piece jazz band without the piano. I have nothing against piano, but it's nice. It's fantastic what you 3 are doing. You also. Because you got the beat, you know? Yeah. It sounds good.
Let's see, do we have any other questions out there? Yes.
How much of what you all were playing, what you played so far was improvisation?
None of it. This was all worked out, every note. I think most of what you're hearing here, just about everything, except for a couple of things that Pat and Buddy did together, was all improvised.
Yeah, we did those last night and they're already boring. You can tell. It dies. You try to recreate something you already did and you do it and it dies. When you're hanging out on the edge and you're a little excited about it. Like Pat plays, and I'm just on the edge of my seat every minute, just dying to see what's going to happen next. Second after second. When you hear that, that's improvisation, that's happening. If it's worked out, you don't feel that way. It shows up that way in the listener, I think.
Yeah, Pat, just let's talk about you for a second. How did you get into the jazz end of things from bluegrass? What pushed you in that direction?
I started listening to ragtime piano. Started listening to, I guess you would call it the jazz classical piano, ragtime piano. And then started to listen to the old blues players. Started to make a connection between blues in all realms. And then heard the strange horn playing of a guy named Charlie Parker. And started listening. Actually, I listened to a lot of the swing bands. I sort of developed like through the years. You know, started with the 30s, or the 20s and 30s, and sort of grew on me. You know, started to see that it all fits together. It's all really one thing.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a message for this whole weekend, whole 3 days. I think particularly, I think if you play 5-string banjo and you're a bluegrass player, you're at least aware of clawhammer and maybe a little bit classic style. And of course, we're all aware of 4-string banjo, but I think there's been a bigger division between the 4-string world and the 5-string world than, say, amongst clawhammer and bluegrass, even though there was a division there too. But I think most people think of the 4-string as sort of, 50 people getting together in a big room and bashing out some
That's true.
strumming tune. And there is some truth to that, I guess, at times. But when I heard Buddy, my jaw just hung open. I couldn't believe the stuff he was doing on the banjo. So I think you take it a lot farther than not necessarily anyone else, but just about anyone else. What got you into that?
Well, again, rather than listening to banjo players before all the time and staying there, I just listened to other musicians. And the more I listened to, the more the model in my head of what good music was evolved. And the problem with that is that it evolves so far sometimes you can't do what you're hearing on your instrument. So you can evolve your way right out of the instrument into another instrument, which is what I did essentially. Started playing guitar, but that's the idea, just to listen to everything you get your hands on, not just other banjo players. I give a workshop, and from time to time, I draw this pie on the board, and just arbitrarily divide the pie into slices and say, well, this slice is concert and classical music, this slice is jazz, this slice might be pop music, and I always ask the folks, what do you listen to? And four-stringers say, well, I listen to traditional jazz and banjo music. So I'll say, well, traditional jazz, how big of a slice out of this, say, 45-degree chunk of the pie, 90-degree chunk of the pie, say, do you think traditional jazz is? And that's very small. And how big do you think banjo music, four-string banjo music is? It's not even visible. And a lot of guys, a lot of us have just limited our listening so much. And my experience is, and I think all the guys up here, just the more we listen to, the more somehow it broadens that music concept in our mind, and somehow that shows up on the instrument in one way or another. Sometimes in technique, sometimes in feeling. That's about it for me.
Any other questions out there?
How about you, Tony?
Let's see. Well, I guess I started with classical piano and flute lessons, and then from there got into the guitar and then discovered the banjo. And I was always listening to all these other things, and although I fell in love with bluegrass, it really started, I started hearing all these other things too, and just, it sort of came out naturally. I never, like I said, I don't consider myself a jazz player like these other three here. I'm, again, more coming to it from bluegrass, but I listen to a lot of jazz. Particularly these days, I've been listening to a whole lot of it, and I think it just sort of comes out naturally. I try to have a real free-spirited attitude towards the banjo, especially if I'm improvising on a bluegrass tune, for instance. I'll just try to get in all these other areas with it that aren't necessarily what Earl would do, but I like to play like Earl also, of course. And when I write tunes, I just hear a wider spectrum of chords and melodies, say, which sometimes I'll write these tunes and find it very difficult to improvise off them, because I can play the head, but when it comes to improvising, maybe I have one measure of 7/4 in the middle of it, and it's like, well, okay, that's interesting. But I guess that's how I approach it, basically. Let's say, maybe a couple more questions, and then we'll do one more tune, I think.
In the master's book, Pat, there's talk of chordal harmony, and harmonies built on fourths, and tunes built on fourths. I was wondering if you could demonstrate some of that?
It's a technical question. It has to do with the cycle of fourths. If you build, it sounds something like this. First of all, it's a G note, C note, F note, and B flat. Okay. Now, what was the question beyond that? This is called, sometimes it's called a chordal chord.
Well, in the book, you speak of doing some work out of it and playing out of the idea of, instead of building your chords on thirds, building them on fourths. I was wondering if you might demonstrate some of these ideas.
Yeah, well, at the time, I guess when that interview came out, I was looking at some of the music of pianist McCoy Tyner, and the idea behind this chord is that it can be a synonym for a lot of different other chords. This can be a B flat sound. It can be minor sound. Faded into C minor. So without the, basically without the third to define exactly what scale it's in, because most scale harmony is in thirds, the chord is very versatile, so it serves the purpose of being a transition on the neck through different changes. That's all that is.
Did you used to work out different solos from Art Tatum and Jelly Roll Morton, those guys? Did you work them out on the banjo?
Well, as much as I could. Art Tatum is much too difficult. Yeah, I listen to solos and transcribe them. Do my homework.
One more question? All right. Danny, you want to do one more tune? And maybe we'll finish it off with that.
Me?
Your choice.
Especially I do, it's called the Gambler's Blues, since it goes back to the roaring 20s and before the 20s. It's now called St. James Infirmary. It was down in old Joe's barroom on the corner by the square, Jackson Square, where the winos hang out at. Drinks went around as usual, 'cause the lead crowd was standing there. Off in a quiet dark corner, with his eyes bloodshot and red just like mine, sat this wise and slick old-time ancient gambler, Jim Monahan. And these are the words that the old man said. He said, I just come up from the St. James Infirmary, and I saw my poor baby laying there. Said them slick doctors and them devil-breasted nurses had her stretched out on a long white table. Have mercy. She was so cold, she was so pale, she was so fair, laying there. Let her go, God bless her. Wherever she may be, up there or down below with the devil, she could look this cruel, cold, wide world over. But she'll never find another good providing sort of type of man like me again. When I die, I want you to dress me in straight-laced shoes, put my shoes on, because I may have to run from the devil. I want a box-back coat and a Stetson hat, put my hat on, because the cinders in the fire might be falling. Put a $20 gold piece on my watch chain. So all my jobby, whiskey-head, reefer-head friends will now pass away, standing pat, have mercy. I want 16 snow-white horses, no mules, no ponies, no jackasses, all horses. 16 chorus girls from the Ziegfeld follow to sing and dance me a song. Put a jazz band on the top of my coffin, have mercy, to blow the Memphis blues as they slowly stroll along. Went down to the St. James Infirmary the second time because I didn't believe what I saw the first time. And sure enough, my poor dead baby was laying there with a sheet over her head. She looked like a gown man. I raised up the sheet and I said, darling, won't you say some nice words of consolation to me? She opened up one eye and said, get the hell away from here, can't you see I'm trying to pass away? Now that you have heard my story, me a bottle of Wild Turkey Tennessee whiskey, because I'm a chronic alcoholic. And if anyone wants you to ask you, what's my problem? You just tell them. Fill it up and dress it up. I've got to St. James. And fine. Keep it up. A ring.
Thank you. Danny Barker, Pat Cloud, Buddy Walker, Mark Schatz, Tony Kushner. Thank you.
Grandpa Jones, I got something to say. It's very important because anything I say is important. No. Grandpa Jones heard that the women were going to pick, so he turned his hearing aid off. You didn't like it? He can't hear her. What did you?
Well, in case you all couldn't tell, this is the Women in Banjo workshop. And I thought we'd start off by, let me just introduce everybody briefly. Sitting over here to my immediate right, these are all ladies that I just met, except for Murphy, who I've known a little while. Sitting to my immediate right is Janet Davis, who's a fine player from El Paso. And then we've got Murphy Henry over here, near the middle, from Winchester, Virginia.
Tasting, everybody, tasting one.
Then we've got the scintillating Ronnie Stoneman.
Who needs a hormone pill? Anybody got one now?
And Dressed to Kill. You guys look super this morning. I don't know how you do it. Jean Chapel and her sisters.
I'm Jean, and this is Martha Carson, my great Martha Carson. You all know how good she is. Yeah. Okay, this is my little short-legged sister, bless her heart. She can play that fiddle. I'm going to tell y'all something right quick I think it's real cute. And I like to be darling. Martha has a song in, where is it? Smithsonian? Satisfied made it, you hear me? It's in the hall. And I'm real proud of that. And she wrote it, of course, and recorded a big hit record. And Minnie has You Can't Live With Them, You Can't Live Without Them. She wrote, that's in the Library of Congress. I got one in Milledgeville. It's at the fire department going hot as a pistol. And that's all I got.
I thought it might be fun to start off by all playing a tune together. Is Lonesome Road Blues going to be okay for you guys? Are we going to do that one? Okay.
1, 2, 3, y'all ready?
Going down that road feeling bad.
so everyone can hear what your particular style is. And Gene, can you guys start? What do y'all have planned? Y'all got something you're gonna do?
No, anything.
Well,
Whatever.
when you turn us loose, we'll never do anything.
Well, you all pick
Turn yourselves loose. Go ahead.
Yeah. Basically, they're going to do what they want to do. You know, like get
She
down.
read my mind. I like a woman that can read minds. They can always tell a man what to do. And if you don't tell them, how do they know? They're good little boys after you tell them. Okay, let's do
All right, but first let me tell y'all something. They're not used to sitting down. This sitting down business is for the birds. Let's stand up.
Let's get up. Let's get off of it.
Sit down.
Let's get off of it. I just can't.
That's the worst night I had all day.
Well, that's what Martha said. I was going on for the ride, you know.
Well, I'll tell you, I've got one problem, Ronnie.
What's that?
I've been having some chemotherapy, and it's
Okay.
kind of hard to stand up with
Well,
this
then you
lung.
stay seated and Martha will stand up.
It's awful heavy, as heavy as I am, and that's going some.
Every,
You're only supposed to lay on that part.
every ounce of you is good, though, honey.
Thank you, honey. Ronnie, sing some. Are we going to sing some?
Yeah, no, go ahead. It's your
Okay, maybe fiddle some too.
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, I want to do everything I can. Because when I get well, I'm going to be trouble, y'all hear?
Love it.
Let's do a little banjo picking girl, why not?
All right.
I go around this world, baby mine. I go around this world, baby mine. I go around this world, I'll be a banjo picking girl. I go around this world, baby mine. Oh, I'm going to baby mine. I'm going Chattanooga, baby mine. I'm going Chattanooga, and from there I go to Cuba. I go around this world, baby mine. I go around this world, baby mine. I'm going around this world, baby mine. I'm going around this world, I'll be a banjo picking girl. I'm going around this world, baby mine. Now if you ain't got no money, baby mine. If you ain't got no money, baby mine. If you ain't got no money, you can find yourself another honey.
Oh,
yeah. Around this world, baby mine.
We'll go around this world, baby mine.
I'm going around this world, baby mine. I'm going around this world, I'll be a banjo picking girl. I'm going around this world, baby mine. I'm going Tennessee, baby mine. I'm going Tennessee, baby mine. I'm going Tennessee, don't you try to follow me. I'm going around this world, baby mine. I'm going around this world, baby mine. I'm going around this world, baby mine. I'm going around this world, I'll be a banjo picking girl. I'm going around this world, baby mine. Hey, Mark, big one. Come on. That's it, now. Everybody do it. North Dakota, baby mine. Yeah, I'm going North Dakota, baby mine. I'm going North Dakota and turn back to Minnesota. I'm going around this world, baby mine. I'm going around this world, baby mine. I'm going around this world, baby mine. I'm going around this world, I'll be a banjo picking girl. I'm going around this world, baby mine.
They were great.
I sure like to pick with you, Ronnie. You guys are good, all of you. But Ronnie, you little Dickens, I've been watching you a long time. She has a world of
Will
talent.
you
don't
quit
y'all?
saying long?
Long time for me is 6 months. But I'm telling you, honey, you're really great, great talent. This is a lot of fun, really.
If anybody has any
I don't have
questions
Grandpa
for
Jones
anybody-
up here, and I don't think I like that. Where's Grandpa?
He's up there. But he's a male.
I know it. But I want him up here to sing.
He's gonna have to put on a dress first.
If he makes me wait much longer, I'll make him play longer.
Jeannie, darling, this little gal, Allison Brown, is, have you read her little bit in the
Just
book?
sort of squirt
She is really superb too, I'm telling you, and she's got something to say, and she's gonna pick a little bit on this
Oh,
end.
goody. All
And
right.
then we'll hear the new breed. Yeah, 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 yeah. As a matter of fact, I was coming up here and I thought to myself, the young group, gag. Banjo pickers in the old days, as I remember. Well, you know, I think I was born with a banjo stuck somewhere, and it probably wasn't my mouth, which it should have been. But anyway, the new banjo pickers of today, the girls, I am so proud and I love them. I love them all. I swear I do. And it's about time, banjo pickers, which this was very important to all of us in the banjo picking world, or any kind of world, is to love each other. There was a time when Bill Emerson was my arch enemy. I hated Bill Emerson, because he hated me because I was a girl picker. And oh yes, Bill Emerson. I was going to tell him in the book, and they didn't write it. I said, well, why don't y'all write the truth? Anyway, Bill Emerson. I said Bill Emerson when I was little. You know, he's around the Washington, D.C. area, and Charlie Waller, the country gentleman, used to come over to our house and pick with Scotty and the family. But Bill Emerson used to laugh because I was a female banjo picker that played Scruggs style. And I said, sis on him, pister. I'm gonna pick anyway. And so I'm gonna say you shut up, you hussy. But I'm so proud of the young girls of today that are picking. I don't know what to do. And I'm gonna say, let them do their thing. They want to tune up higher, I think you did, right?
No, I just tuned a little
You
lower.
just tuned a little lower? Well, funny duck. Let them do their thing.
Well, okay, thank you, Ronnie. I'm gonna go ahead and play a tune that I made up that's kind of well, I tried to think of a tune that would stand by itself, so it's sort of a solo banjo tune. And I'll see if I can get through it.
I get lost.
We're not. She's going to do it herself. She wants, smart aleck wants to show off.
Forte's backup. So. Oh, that's true. That's true. That's what you want me to have to follow that? I can tell.
You came a long way, baby. Do your thing.
Okay. Well, never done this in front of anybody, so I don't know if I'll make it through it, but I'll try something. I won't tell you what it is till I figure out what it is. What do you want to hear?
Lady in Pain. When you're hot, and when you're not, you can't give it away. My mother played the banjo. She played the old-fashioned claw hammer, so did my grandfather Frost, and my great-great-grandfather, and everybody in the world played banjo around our house, or one way or another, or one thing or another. But I remember my mother getting a hickory stick, and this ain't a lie, and whipping me, so I wouldn't play. She couldn't stand the noise in the house anymore. Yeah, she had to whip me. There was 23 of us in one room.
Where is she? I'll go get her.
Well, anyway, my mother, she said, get out of the house, we can't stand the noise anymore. And so I had to go out in the woods and market. That's where I learned to pick a lot of music besides on the stage. I got hungry. Somebody said, where'd you learn to play? I said, Mom, I got hungry. And this banjo has been through the briars and the brambles. We're going to play Foggy Mountain Breakdown.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You kick it off, Lucy. I'll be right there. y'all do another.
Won't you do that? That was all pretty.
Y'all go do another.
We can hear Allison anytime. We don't get a chance to
We
hear
don't.
Allison.
You have to do everybody else.
Well, we want you to do nothing. I have to go to the bathroom.
I just, well, go ahead. I don't want to cause any commotion like that. Can you hurry? Or do it take you a while?
Honey, I can hear you anyway. You go ahead.
Oh, I love this girl. They're all great. Aren't they all great? Tell me about it.
Yes.
Well, what we gonna do now? Huh? That,
Why don't we do a little Lonesome Road? I mean, Lonesome Road.
well, we done some of that already. We done, yeah, that's what we're thinking. You said.
He started off as much as I was, and y'all screwed up. Y'all screwed up.
Let's sing it.
I'm too little. Hey, we really did it though.
Were the banjo players leaving us?
No, don't y'all leave.
We ought to play a prison. We got a captive audience there.
I know.
They can't get away.
I like to get where they can't get away. Well, let's see, since we're doing this, we did that, that's right. Let's do Foggy Mountaintop, why not?
Okay, that's good, yeah.
If I was on some foggy mountaintop, I'd sail away to the west. I'd sail all around this old wide world to the one I love the best. If I had listened to what my mama said, I wouldn't be here today, working around this old dirty house, working my life away. If I was on some foggy mountaintop, I'd sail away to the west. I'd sail all around this old wide world to the one I love the best. When you go out courting boys, here's something that you ought to do. You take off that old tacky roustabout, honey, put on your navy blue. Yeah. If I was on some foggy mountaintop, I'd sail away to the west. I'd sail all around this old wide world to the one I love the best. Now pick it. If I had listened to what my mama said, I would have married a rich man. Instead of working and cooking and washing, standing with a mop in my hand. If I was on some foggy mountaintop, I'd sail away to the west. I'd sail all around this old wide world to the one I love the best.
I want to know if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them. And also, I thought it might be interesting if we could sort of go down the line and start maybe with Eugene, if you don't mind being the starting person all the time. And if you have any advice for people who want to learn to play the banjo, but especially for women who want to learn how to play the banjo, if you have any thoughts on that, or if anybody wants to jump in on that question. Ronnie, you probably.
Okay, my advice for... Now, were y'all laughing when I said my advice? I do have a serious, I do have a serious thought in my head all the time. No, there are serious thoughts come to my mind, and when I say the most important thing about young people, I mean young people who are really learning to play, is please stay off of drinking and drugs. To me, that's the most serious thing. Now, that's my heart. I had a brother, Scotty, unfortunately died at 42 years old from drinking. And drugs is very, very, when anybody offers anyone, when you play music and you play in nightclubs like we had to do, we did our share. And they were really bad places. And everybody always would send you up a drink or send you some drugs later on. We played all the colleges around in the 70s when the Stoneman family, in their 70s and the late 60s and the 70s, was out in LA. The ones who'll send you up a drink or some drugs is your worst enemy. They do not want you to succeed. They do not have anything good about you. They don't like you. They hate you. They don't want you to ever learn to play right at all. And use your energies and your feelings for other people. The feelings for an audience is the most important thing I found in my life, because music has always been a part of my life. I was born in it, and I didn't know that everybody in the whole world didn't play until I was in the 4th grade at school. And that is the truth. So I was around it all my life, and I never had a chance to know any other way of a livelihood. But I learned people. I learned about folks. I got to know their hearts, and I could walk up on the stage and look at their faces and their body language. I got so much education through music because of that. Formally educated, I'm not. Very, very little formal education. But I got a PhD in life. And by learning to play banjo and being around people in all walks of life, I've learned so much from each and every one of an audience and each and every one of y'all. I learned to love. And learning to love sometimes can be a heartbreaker, but it can be the best thing. You're rich when you know how to love. And with your music, you can love. Now that is picking, you can do it. Anybody can learn to pick. If you're definitely there's a good word for it. What, now y'all know the word. There's an educated little gal. What's that word? When you really want to do something, by Ned, I'm going to do it. You can play. You can take it. Yes, sir.
I'm not going to interrupt you, but I have to.
Yes, you do too. Hussy.
When you said anybody can do it, and I've got to tell you how Jean learned to play the banjo.
Oh my! Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Tell you this.
That's what I wanted to do. But see, you told me she was coughing to be covered.
Well, she couldn't. She's been taking chemotherapy treatments, and sometimes she has to cough so much that she can't.
Okay, I want to learn how. I want to hear that story.
But anyway, our daddy played the old 5-string banjo, and we loved it. We just loved it. And she would watch him, and she wanted to play this banjo now. And then she'd take the banjo. Let me see if I can do it. And she'd take it. She couldn't do it. So she'd say, play it again, Poppy. So he'd take the banjo and he'd play it again, and she would take it again, and then she got over in front of the mirror. She had been watching his fingers, as he played, so she got in front of the mirror till she got her fingers in the same positions he had his.
But don't forget about the mirror was cracked, and I had a little trouble there. Across the bottom.
Well, I don't believe you had too much trouble.
No. Took me a week.
Some people go to school a year.
I'd like to ask some questions to Jeannie, if she doesn't mind.
Go ahead.
Where are you from originally, Jeannie? Where are your family?
We were born in Neon, Kentucky, Letcher County.
Neon, Kentucky, Letcher County?
Right.
And your family, your father played and your mother played music?
Mother played piano and sang in the church quartet, and traveled around singing conventions. And I went with them, and Martha and Minnie went with them and sung sometimes. But they had a quartet that was really wonderful, fantastic.
What's the matter with that place?
Okay.
And, all of them played something, I'll say. Yeah.
The reason I wanted to know is your grandfather played music as well?
No, he was a music teacher. He'd write the notes down and teach them.
Yes.
And a song leader in the church, and a big important member of the quartet that traveled around with him.
Okay, when did y'all start on the road? You've been on the road for quite a while.
We started in 39.
1939, you started on the road.
That's been a few yesterdays ago.
I didn't get to go to school, but I don't miss it too much.
Honey, what you've learned on the road, they didn't teach it in school, no how.
No.
But what I was wanting to know is, y'all are so wonderful, and I'm thrilled and honored, and they said so too. Little Allison, Murphy here, the young lady sitting in the middle there. I didn't get the chance to talk to her very long. But we're honored to be on the same stage with y'all. Really, I am.
Oh, we are too. We feel honored to be here with y'all.
So we appreciate it. And I just want to learn about you, but you was coughing a little bit there, so I kind of covered for you. See?
Yeah, and I just muffed it up and act like I wasn't, you know.
Yeah, that's
I was.
what I understand. Now, I'd like to ask you some questions. Are you talking, tell them all about yourself?
Don't tell them. Don't tell them everything.
Tell them about the time you fell in love one night up in, no.
I tell you, Ronnie, what I'd rather do than talk, I'd just be, if we could all pick one with Jean and Martha and her sister again. That's what I came here for.
Well, let's do it.
Can we do one and
Let's
all
do
play
it.
and sing together? It's a thrill to be up here.
What you want to do?
Why don't you do Satisfied? You
Oh, my word.
Don't be a dirty bird. Sing Satisfied,
Yeah.
folks.
We should
Come on,
hear
y'all wanna
Satisfied.
hear it?
We should hear that.
Yeah. It don't matter if you're on the key or not. You sing it. Martha, I've seen you sing in 4 keys. So pick one of them.
Let me tell you, Jeannie, you tuned that banjo down awful low, and it made Martha not be able to sing Satisfied as good as
I
she
sound
can.
like I'm down in the cellar somewhere.
That's because I play depot music.
Reminds me of the time I fell in the outhouse, and I had to sing from down there, and that's acoustics were terrible down there.
I really didn't want us to get so high that we had to scream, you see. Because if we scream, you can't understand the words.
Okay, let's be Satisfied.
She can do it. She's just pulling her leg. Come on, we'll sing it with you. Come on, Minnie. Everybody sing it with
We
us.
can fake it.
I got that. If you don't, I will.
Honey, if I don't know it, but by then I'll write it as I go. And I'll just stand like this.
Well, you all clap your hands and pat your feet and have a good time with us, because what we're doing, what I'm doing up here, ain't gonna be too good, because the key is awful low. I ain't got no pocket.
Well, I got one shoe.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, now let's
Is that too slow?
Yeah,
I got to
do
speed
that
her up.
fast,
Wait a
honey.
minute. Wait a minute. She's too fast for me.
I've got that old time religion, got that old time religion. That is why I'm satisfied. Well, you ask me if I'm happy, if I have peace within, if I'm worried about tomorrow, when I reach my journey's end. Well, I'm satisfied with my Jesus, when he loved, I'll let it win. You'll go with me through the valley, for I know he is my friend. Satisfied, satisfied, no trouble can ever get me down. For when my eyes are closed to death, with my Jesus I'll be at rest. Then you know I'm satisfied. If my friends, they all forsake me, and they turn me from their door, if they sow no seeds of kindness, make the thorns in my path grow. Well, it won't matter over yonder when I reach that other side, for I'm going to sit down by my Jesus, satisfied, 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 satisfied. No trouble can ever get me down. When my eyes are closed, with my Jesus I'll be at rest. Then you know I'm satisfied. I've got that old time religion, got that old time religion. That is why I'm satisfied. That is why I'm satisfied.
I knew she could, all right, but I knew she could do it.
Why don't we do the one that Minnie wrote? Let's do the one that Minnie wrote. That's in the Library of Congress.
Yeah.
And there's more truth in this than there is poetry.
And then after that, we're going to do the one I have in Goodlettsville. Okay, Winnie, it's a good
Jean,
little
I've
song.
got a question
She
for
wrote
you.
this over there at Donaldson.
When she was
Jean,
mad
can I
at
ask you a
her.
question?
Yeah, man.
How did you all, you and Ronnie especially, you all are so entertaining.
Well,
How did
I
you
don't
learn
know.
to be such good entertainers?
Because we just like people, I reckon. We just get whether we're
Now,
happy.
you know, that's a thing I'm glad you brought up, you know. Not that we're good entertainers. I mean, you know, that's Mickey Mouse. But what it is what you people are thinking. I like to know what the young folks, I mean, the new breed are thinking, what they really think. Because, all right, now, I love Mike Snyder, okay? I think he's the greatest in the world. I mean, you know, I ain't bad mouthing to Mike, but I watch him. He's amazing to me.
He's so different.
Yeah, I can't understand why I'm saying to myself, where's the energy? Where's the energy coming from these young people? Why do you think, you know, and you're right. I think it's because we're squirrely. That's the only thing I can say. We were born this way. We didn't need drugs to bring it. I mean, you know, how come you'd ask that question?
Well, there's such a tradition among banjo players, especially in bluegrass, of sort of the deadpan, sort of the stoic look on your face and no smiling and just playing. And you all are just completely the opposite. So.
I lived a lifetime to see Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs. And when I saw Earl Scruggs on the banjo, I about died. He just stood there, and I'm telling you the truth. He couldn't have killed a mouse that run in front of him. I wasn't used to nothing like that.
I know that was different. That was different. That was different to me. But when you get on the stage, I saw you on the stage, and that's why I moved the chair back. Because I thought you was going to get down. And I stood behind her in case she decided to sit down.
I think I've got her squatting because I'm sitting down.
Yeah, but I meant, you people are entertainers. Of course, I mean, Martha, she'd get up there with that guitar and she really...
boogies.
Boogies. I mean, she gets down. She's always, you girls have always been the
saying,
entertainers.
if you cut my legs off, I couldn't sing a lick.
Yeah.
I've got to feel it all over. And let me loose and let me feel it. And I can do as good as I can. I don't know how good it is, but I'm as good as I can.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Never thought of it. Do ahead and do your thing now, she said. Hurry up and get it over with.
You'll quit talking, Ronnie, and let them entertain.
Okay,
give me a scoop of cocoa.
We made him wait for your song.
Give me a sip of cocoa.
You want a sip of cocoa pop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me how mad Minnie was at her husband when she wrote this one.
Yeah, she's tired of that scallywag, I'll tell you. She really was. He was lazy sometimes. He was a good man, but he was lazy. And she got thinking about it, and she wrote this little song all over Donaldson by herself in her little kitchen.
A whole lot of these.
Nobody helped her. I wasn't there, Martha wasn't there. Minnie did it all by herself. And we recorded it later on King Records. You won't tell what you made about it, might not be right. Okay. Anyway, you
There's a whole lot of truth in it.
and it's you can't live with them and you can't live without them. But she won't sing it, I got to.
In other words, a man's a necessary evil.
Oh, a man's a lot of trouble. They'll make you earn his double if everything don't suit him to a T. You'll think you're in clover when your honeymoon is over, then you give your right eye to be free.
Lord, yeah.
But we can't live with a man, we can't live without him. What are us boys gonna do? Now when we're married, that's all
Yeah,
right.
but honey, I don't like to fight.
But there ain't nothing else for us to do. When they start acting lazy, they'll drive you plumb crazy. Poverty comes knocking at your door. You think they're happy as a flower while they do their 8 hours, and us girls has to do our 24. But we can't live with a man, we can't live without him. What are us boys gonna do? Now when we're married, that's all right.
Lord, but I can't stand to fight.
But there ain't nothing else for us to do. No, we can't live with a man, we can't live without him. What are us boys gonna do? Now when we marry, that's all right.
But I just can't stand to fight.
There ain't nothing else for us to do. No, there ain't nothing else for us to do.
everybody.
Like Minnie Pearl says, we finished. Martha busted her stride.
Jeffrey, where are you? I broke the same string. You didn't put it on there right.
I'll tell you what it was. She picked so hot that she burns the string. That's what it is.
Hey, Gene.
And then it just lets go.
Can I ask you another question?
Hey.
There's somebody down here.
Yeah, I see the banjo, but now and then I see your mouth. What you want, honey?
Well, this is a question that actually is to everybody because it's something that people ask me a lot when I'm out playing, and that's how come there aren't more women who play the banjo? And I was wondering, I'm sure y'all have thoughts on that. What do you
I don't
think?
know. I see so many today, I'm thinking they all play. My thoughts on that? I think they might be like a little bit like Ronnie was, kind of stand backish, because the men thought, well, you're smart alecky if you play.
Well, hey.
That could have been. But I don't think we're smart alecky. I think we can do anything they could just as good as they can, you know. All we gotta do is just try.
Now, the reason I think is because the banjo has been so heavy. I had a hernia
Well,
operation already.
it never bothered me till
Well, it
I
sure did.
got sick, and then I just used to carry it around like
It's a
that.
heavy banjo. Right?
Yeah, they are.
And you can't dance around with it.
Oh
You
yeah.
know? And
Yeah, I did.
all right, well, see, Bill Monroe, well, now, can you imagine Dolly Parton playing a mandolin?
I can't imagine Dolly. I can't imagine Dolly playing anything.
Can you hold a man out like that? Well, you see, a banjo you can play down here, and like that, you know.
Yeah.
But like Bill Monroe plays up here, and I could play up there all day, and I would play a banjo.
Now, Ronnie, you know what bothers me about that part?
What's that?
Not how she plays something, but how does she sleep?
Well, let's not get into her sleeping
I'd
habits.
smother to death. I'd smother to death.
Now, girls, it's the girls, it's their turn. Wow.
Well, we have time for one more song, you guys.
And you know what she just now asked me? Could I play without a string?
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, you've been asking everything today.
I got the tune over again. See, without a string.
Do you have one more in you, Gene? How about if we all do Rolling Betty? We have a string to change. Can we just do one more? Does anybody have any questions in the little time we have left?
That's close enough for jazz. Come on, children. Hit it.
Come on, y'all, ask the question. We need some help.
Rolling Betty?
That is a real good
You want to do Lunch for a Blues?
No, we're not ready.
All right, we want to stop away, stop there.
Can we do anything in another key?
Sure.
New river train.
All right. There's two gears. Wait, but there's two gears on the banjo. One's low and one's high. You ain't got no in between. Let's do good old Hank Williams. I saw the light. Everybody plays that.
Can you do it in?
I'm where you be. I'm here. Where you at, Lonnie?
I'm over here. See it, Val? See it, Val. It'll sound like it when I finish.
See? Y'all in the key?
Yeah, we're ready.
You got it?
Yeah, we're good.
Let's all pick a grin then.
I was going to talk, but we can't talk.
Poor Martha.
I know, this is a big song.
It don't matter, Martha. It sound like more of you. I wonder am I starting too soon?
We're ready. We're ready.
We'll catch you. Let's just do the chorus first. I saw the light. I saw the light. No more darkness. No more night. Now I'm so happy. No sorrow inside. Praise the Lord. I saw the light. I wandered so aimlessly, came and sin. The love of my Savior never within. Just like the blind man, God came back inside. Praise the Lord. so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Thank you very much. Well, for my part, I want to thank you all so much for being such a great audience. And I know that on behalf of my sisters and all the girls here and Ronnie Stillman, that they really enjoyed this little jam session we had. We got to do it again sometime, and we hope you all are all back, every one of you. Thank you.
Got to tell y'all one little thing that you might not know, and nobody up here has mentioned it. But my sister Jean is the only woman in the world today who plays a 5-string banjo, finger style, the old-fashioned way, without any picks at all. So you saw something historical today, really. It's been a real pleasure being with you, and there'll be a lot more banjo picking and entertaining going on here in just a few minutes, so just sit tight. Who said something?